So here are my first 3 pieces of evidence that Frances Kellor, this LGBT role model, more than any other person, helped create modern America. Number 1. In her day back in 1898, when she started advocating for women's sports, women were considered dainty, and any thought of them entering into competitive sports was considered unsightly, not possible, scandalous. So she started with rowing and she moved on to basketball. She worked on this for 10 years, finally publishing a book in 1909. Athletic Games and the Education of Women, which Kellor co-wrote with Gertrude Dudley, the head of women's athletics at Kellor's alma mater, the University of Chicago. The book talked about how we're going to recreate women with sports. Here's a photo of Kellor in her 1898 Cornell rowing team. As she moved to basketball, she formulated a public image for women, aggressive but not too masculine, meant to allay fears of sports unsexing women. She later used sports to make women activists. If you're a woman that's engaged in any competitive sports, then you are a creation, you are a modern creation of Frances Kellor. So that's claim 1. Again, does that prove that she created much of modern America? Comment section. In 1912, Theodore Roosevelt headed the Progressive Party ticket. In his campaign, Kellor served as the lone female on the party's 6-member executive committee administrative board. She largely wrote entire party planks, such as the immigration plank. This campaign put suffrage on a major national party's platform for the very first time in our entire long history. During the 1912 campaign, presidential candidate Roosevelt exclaimed, "I always favored women's suffrage, but only tepidly, until my association with women like Jane Addams and Frances Kellor." In 1916, Charles Evans Hughes was the Republican candidate for the presidency of the United States. Kellor, the highest-ranking woman in this election as well, ran Hughes' Women's Committee of the National Hughes Alliance. This Republican run became the second time a national party put suffrage on its platform. Women's right to vote is a big part of modern America. In 1916, she was really out there, leading Charles Evan Hughes' Republican run for the presidency of the United States. She loaded up a train of women and they went across the United States, raising hell and getting involved in all kinds of masculine combat on street corners and factories, etc. Hughes lost California by only 1,887 votes. Thus, Kellor's unpopular glass ceiling smashing California train campaign may have inadvertently led to President Wilson, the anti-suffrage candidate, beating her again as he had done in 1912 with Roosevelt. She was also the first woman to head a New York State bureau. After this, she was the head of a federal bureau. So she really smashed down a lot of glass ceilings. If you are Hillary Clinton or Condoleezza Rice, or if you're just a woman that prizes your ability to get involved politically in male politics, then again, she helped create you. At the website, click on the Resources tab. Then click on Articles. There you'll see a list of kinds of articles Kellor wrote. Find an article on one of these 3 topics. Read one paragraph and tell us what you learned in the comments section below.